Hello, my name is David Alvarez, and I'm here with Pastor Donahue.
What's up?
And welcome to our station. The name of our station is The Betrayal of Judas. And today, Pastor Donahue here is going to read us from the Gospel of Luke to fill us in on what happened in the betrayal of Judas. We're going to first talk about how, Judas, the Satan entered into him. Then we're going to jump over into the session where they were in communion table and they were wondering who was going to betray them. And then we're going to jump all the way to the very end part where they're in the Garden of Gethsemane and Jesus is betrayed by a kiss. Pastor Donahue, go ahead, lead us to the scripture today.
Luke 22. Now the festival of unleavened bread, which is called the Passover, was near. The chief priests and the scribes were looking for a way to put Jesus to death, for they were afraid of the people. Then Satan entered into Judas, called Iscariot, who was one of the 12. He went away and confirmed with the chief priests and the officers of the temple police about how he might betray him to them. They were greatly pleased and agreed to give him money. So when he consented and began to look for an opportunity to betray him to them when no crowd was present.
Well, right here, as you can see, Satan entered into Judas, and now we transition over to the part where they're at the supper table or the communion table, ready to take communion, and the question comes up, who is going to betray the Son of God?
For the Son of Man is going as it has been determined, but woe to that one by whom he is betrayed. Then they began to ask one another which one of them it could be who would do this.
So the disciples are wondering who would do such a thing, who would betray the Messiah, the Son of God. And Jesus right there says, woe to that man.
So we're in the Garden of Gethsemane now.
So now we're in the Garden of Gethsemane, where Jesus has been praying. He was in his point. He's one of the most difficult points of his ministry. His disciples fell asleep on him, but now he's come to the point where they must wake up because the hour has arrived, and here come his betrayers.
While he was still speaking, suddenly a crowd came, and the one called Judas, one of the 12, was leading them. He approached Jesus to kiss him, but Jesus said to him, Judas, is it with a kiss you are betraying the Son of Man?
So here in our station, we ask the question to you today, do you betray the Son of God, Jesus Christ, with a kiss? Or is your kiss a kiss? Welcome, you're here at station number 2, and in front of you, you have a bag of coins. Now, please take the moment here to pick up that bag of coins and hold it as you in your hands. I want you to feel it and sense it. Do what you have to do, shake it around, get a feel of that bag of coins. Because that same bag of coins was a bag that Judas received in that moment when the high priest paid him with 30 silver pieces to betray the Son of Man, Jesus Christ. So I want you to take the moment, as you can see, to your right-hand side, we have placed an hourglass, or actually not an hourglass, but is a minute glass. And go ahead and take the moment also to turn it upside down whenever you feel comfortable and ready to make this next step. And as you time yourself for the next minute, keep in mind that Judas betrayed the Son of Man for 30 pieces of silver. Now, what areas in your life today have you compromised? In what areas have you betrayed the Son of God, Jesus Christ, through your life, or currently still doing, if so, if there are any in your life? So take that minute as that hourglass is turned over to take a moment to see and understand in your heart if there's any areas that you have compromised, where you have perhaps betrayed Him, or any area of your life that you have placed before God, before Jesus Christ.
Alright, time's up. Did you come up with anything? If you didn't, that's alright. But if you did, go ahead, take those pieces of paper, write down what you came up with, what you were compromising in your life, and go ahead and slide those into that wooden cross, just as a symbol of you just giving it up to Christ. Isn't that freeing? Isn't that amazing? Alright, Pastor Dave will be back at Station 3. Thank you guys.
Hey, you made it to Station 3, and I'm happy for you. It takes a real man or a real woman to be bold and honest with himself to make it to Station 3. And also, if you haven't been compromising in any area of your life lately, you've been living a righteous life, we also commend you, and we're proud to say that you're living for God and you're living with everything you have. But for you, who may feel like, hey, I just laid something really personal in my life at the cross right now, like I said, we also commend you, because it takes a real man or woman of God to be honest with themselves. But the good news is that the Master, Jesus Christ, your friend, receives you today at the supper table. You know what, Pastor Donahue?
Well, tell me.
One of the most favorite phrases I enjoy in my life is when people tell me they love me. Do you enjoy
man,
that?
I love it. I love it. From that, do you get a text from my mom? Man, I love it.
You know what I mean? How about the second phrase? What's your second phrase you enjoy hearing the most?
Oh man, you know, when I tell somebody I'm sorry, and they forgive me, they say that's all right, I forgive you. I love it when people say that.
And what's the third phrase we both enjoy hearing?
Oh man,
1, 2, 3. Supper is ready. So check it out. The Masters are waiting for you at the communion table, and guess what he says to you? These three beautiful things. He says he loves you,
he forgives you,
and supper is ready. See you at the Master's table.
We'll be there.